I am saying is that there are more efficient ways to battle this red madness. And heathen machines atop the Sun Temple are the last thing that will calm the townsfolk.
Maybe. But if this heathen machine is what the Pyreans used to combat this cycle, I want it near. Even if it turns out to be useless, only a fool turns down a chance. Skyrim, how long will the reconstruction take?
Well, that depends on how many Pyrean mechanics you have on hand that can help us decipher these plans. Just think for once, Aranthiel. How are we supposed to give you an estimation if we don't even know what the finished machine is supposed to look like?
We will get to work right away, Grandmaster. But in any case, we're going to need a lot of steel and Pyrean crystals.
You will get them. Now, get to work. You did excellent work. We will reconstruct this machine, no matter the price. Here, this will reward you for your effort. With the beacon and the sigil stone, we now have both a sword and shield against these High Ones. That is more than I had hoped for. However, there has also been a disquieting development. I have called in a conclave, and it will take place in a day. Come back then, and use the time to rest.
Transcribe verse 80 100 times. Sky can rain fire.
Interlude.
Registers never change.
Wait until the meeting is prepared and it's supposed to be a difficulty level 3. How's that difficulty level 3? Unless something's supposed to happen when I rest.
The product... apparently we owe you for the shards of this sigil stone. I didn't think I would ever say this, but thank you.
I might see... I'll activate everything. And see what is closest.
Yes?
Fuck blessed. Can I help you?
Not really, just came to talk.
That's convenient, actually. I think I still owe you an explanation.
Ah, yes. About old Dothelgrad, I take it?
Yes, but let's talk somewhere else. Come on. So, sorry for all the secrecy. I just didn't want anyone else to listen in.
I can understand that. So, what did you want to discuss?
Well, that moment when I neutralized the leader of the bandits in Old Dothelgrad. I'm sure you noticed that I was different then.
Yes. Yeah, that one sounds a bit rude. That's one way to put it. You seemed upset.
Upset. You choose your words carefully, Saira. I appreciate that. I'll make this quick. There is something about me that you don't know. That no one knows, actually. Do you remember what I told you in the curarium about the destroyed village?
Yep.
Well, I wasn't entirely honest with you.
So you do know what actually happened?
Not all of it, no, and it's true that I don't know how I ended up there. But I remembered something just before I regained consciousness. Some kind of vague memory. A feeling coupled with an image.
A feeling? What exactly do you mean by that?
It's hard to describe because it didn't last very long, but I saw myself, but I was somehow above the rooftops, as if I flew. Below me, I saw all the chaos, the dead, fire, the devastated houses, and I somehow felt hot, but from inside, as if my blood was boiling. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm sorry, but I don't know how to describe it better than that.
So that was what? A memory? Something that really happened? I'm not sure I'm following.
It was something that actually happened, I'm sure of it. But the memory, it was somehow blurred. Like a dream, but a very vivid one.
What happened then?
Nothing. I woke up, and from there things happened just as I've already told you. But that's not really what I'm trying to get at. In that memory, when I saw all those dead bodies and all that destruction, I felt satisfaction, pleasure. As if all that suffering, all that pain was the most exhilarating thing I'd ever seen.
I'm not sure I can follow. What are you trying to tell me?
Well, I didn't know what to make of that memory myself for quite a long time. But then, things happened that made me understand. There is something inside my head, Saira. Some kind of second soul, an entity. Most of the time it sleeps, but there are situations in which it wakes up. Mostly when something atrocious happens or has happened. Blood, pain, death. Whenever I'm confronted with these kinds of things, it tries to... I don't know how to put it. Tries to take control of me, and then things like Alt Cthulgrad happen. It's never managed to completely take me over, and it hasn't gotten as far as it did in Alt Cthulgrad for a long, long time now. But that memory from the village, I think that is what happens when I let myself go completely.
In other words, you have some kind of demon inside you.
If that name seems fitting to you, then yes. But I think we both know these stories about ghosts taking over the living are just stories to scare the common folk. If it helps you, think of it as some kind of temptation. One that's just waiting for the moment when I am too weak to contain it.
And I'm guessing this power you suddenly had, well, when you killed the bandit, comes from this entity inside you?
Yes, it is immense, Saira. I can feel it every time it is trying to take me over. I don't even want to think about what would happen if I were to give in completely.
That's a lot to take in.
I figure. Listen, what happened in Old Dothelgrad? I never should have let it come to that. But that moment when he charged me, the blood on his sword, I just couldn't contain it. And when I gave in, when I hacked him into pieces, I simply felt so thrilled. Complete. I was naive to believe it would never get that far again. Naive and stupid. But do you see now? This is the reason why I train so hard, why I always try to control my emotions, no matter what people do or say to me. This creature inside me, it's always on the hunt. And the only way I can keep it at bay is by controlling both my body and spirit 100%. Just one moment of carelessness. That's all it takes.
So those villagers could have been right after all. Did you destroy that village?
I don't know, Saira. Believe me, I've asked myself that question more than 100 times. And as much as I hate to admit it, yes, there's a chance it did. I'll never find out.
I see. Does the Order know about this? The Magisters?
Only Master Tyrus, my foster father. He taught me how to contain it by controlling my thoughts. And he also advised me never to tell anyone about it, which I haven't. Until today.
And why did you tell me?
I don't know. Probably because I was afraid you'd tell someone else about what happened in Old Dothelgrad and that would raise suspicions. A coward's move, I know, but it was the best solution I could come up with. I'm sorry.
And is there nothing you can do about this? No way to banish this monster?
No way that I know of, at least. Who should I ask? The apothecary? There are two ways that would go. Either they would ridicule me, or they would take me seriously and report my condition to the Order. Neither way helps me, and who knows what the Order would do if they found out, especially as strained as the situation is right now.
If you were to let it take you over completely, what would happen?
I don't know. And truth be told, I'm not sure I want to.
What if violence provokes this thing? Why are you with the military wing of the Order?
Well, what would be the alternative? Transcribe Pyrean books like the Magisters do all day? Or drop out entirely and pour hot water for the upper city's noblewomen? Look, Saira, as you already pointed out, there is a chance that this thing inside me is responsible for the massacre in the village. And if that's true, I definitely have a lot of repentance to do, don't you think? And even if it isn't, I want to change things, to make the world at least a little bit better. And yes, I do realize that this means a lot of hardship and hard work for me, but I'm not afraid of that. Do you know why? Because that's what's missing in this world. So many people just talk, and never act, because that would mean that they'd have to actually endure something for what they believe in.
That's pretty true. You definitely don't lack determination. I like it.
Determination alone hasn't helped anyone yet. Let's talk again in a few years, and we'll see if my good intentions have actually produced results.
You know, that was a compliment.
Well, that's good to know. I'd like some time by myself now, and thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
This doesn't make sense.
Where are we? Looks a bit burnt here. Is this where the tragedy happened? Where a magister
Who are
murdered a heap of people?
you? Have you heard? Apparently the Blue Islands Coalition sent an emissary here to Enderal.
Huh.
Despite the
You're the one
wars,
they call the Prophet,
they
right?
are bold.
Congratulations
Gotta
on passing the trial, I guess. May his light guide you.
Walk blessed.
Actually, I'll check this first. Do I have anything that I can do? Improve. Don't believe I have a malachite ingot. No. Shadow Steel? Never heard of it. Why have I got that in there? I don't currently have anything to fill soul gems, but I will carry it with me. I'll store it for later. Red flower. I don't know if I want to wear that or not. Okay, I need one rat meat. Don't know what they're for, I'll store them for now. Need the Vinroot. And yellow butterfly wing. There we go.
The fable. I hope you can live up to what they say about you.
It just doesn't make any sense. Why can't it?
We always go too
That's
That one is hard, I can't really do that, so I'll turn that one off. Don't want that one. That one's just an ongoing thing. That one's about going to somewhere else on the map. one's that one? That one. Don't want to do that one either. It looks like all the ones I've got are heaps far away. I guess I'll do the Myriad Keeper one.
Work.
Keep walking.
Work. Life isn't easy.
I'm sure it wants me to take a ride with the Myriad. And that costs gold, so... we'll see how much it is and all that stuff. I do need to do it for the quest, so... probably a good idea to just pay it.
Yes? Good evening.
Could you tell me something about these creatures? Myriads? Myriads?
How about myriads? What is there to tell?
Myriads.
Beautiful animals, majestic and wild, and dangerous if you're unlucky enough to run into an untamed one. In the time before the Blood Moon Revolt, a long time ago, tame myriads like this one here was a really rare sight. Nowadays, though, they're pretty common, at least here in Enderal. Pity, somehow.
Why pity?
I guess that sounds stupid, but I sometimes long for the times my grandfather lived in. Being a myriad warden was far more prestigious back then, and even feared with Sublime or Keepers. Nowadays, well, you can guess. Riding a myriad has become as ordinary as riding a mule. But, who am I to complain?
I see. And how exactly does the flying part work? How do the myriads know where to go?
Oh, well, that's hard to explain. They communicate by clicking sounds. I, as a warden, have been trained to hear them, but you probably can't. And through those clicking sounds, I also tell them where you want to go before you mount them. Obviously, that only works for routes that the myriad already knows by heart.
Okay. Say, does the name Rucus ring a bell for you? Tell the warden about Morella's request.
Huh. So old God's hand did find someone after all. I'm glad she did. Yes, I can take you to this island, but be careful, will you? The last time I went there, I think I saw bone rippers from the distance.
Okay, so it doesn't cost me anything. but I am going to the island. I guess it's that island over there. It hasn't started a new quest. Wow, we're heaps far away. There we go. Search the aisle for the core of the core for hints. About the cultists' fate. And 7 hints. And find a way to get into the community hall. Whoa! Whoa! They're probably a good reason why the place is empty. Oh, ouch. At least these guys can't swim. But they are fast.